Hello to all Colombians. I am Dr. Gabriel Serrano Sanmiguel, a dermatologist born in Colombia, created in Spain, but always present in its roots. I have always been concerned about my land, and today I want to make a complaint. We have experienced an earthquake with incalculable consequences. This is the map of Colombia. As you can see, I will keep it fixed to show you the extent of this earthquake that starts here. It has its epicenter in the Chocó region, but it affects large territories of Colombia. And look, here is Cali, but here, which is in the area we call the Val del Cauca, is extensive and very rich. And then, if we continue along here, there is the entire coffee axis, with important cities like Pereira and Armenia, like Manizales. But then we continue and extend to the Chocó region, which reaches a bit into Panama and to the entire Pacific area. The capital of Chocó is Quibdó. And here is the port of Buenaventura, the most important port of Colombia on the Pacific. But Chocó does not only have the misfortune of the earthquake, Chocó has a chronic misfortune, which is what I want to denounce, because Chocó, where I spent several days trying to help with the problem, what do the inhabitants of that area have, particularly the children of that area? When I went, they took me to river basins of important rivers like the Atrato, the San Juan, and the Quito. Every day, some of those rivers had 2 or 3 dead bodies of children. No one cared anymore. They would pull them out of the water and bury them in a pit. Look, I spent a lot of time crying. This cannot be tolerated. Then you start to investigate, and it turns out that in Chocó, there has always been a mining industry of artisanal gold that uses practices that are truly artisanal, but that's induced with things called dredges, with devices for extracting gold through these dredges. The beds of these rivers are desolate. You can already imagine that there are no forests there. The environmental damage caused by the extraction of this gold is tremendous. But it's not just the environmental damage, it's the proliferation of criminal organizations that lurk everywhere and make that territory a highly dangerous area. When I was there, I was sheltered from many people because I went to take samples from those rivers, and I was completely amazed by the level of arsenic and mercury that those waters contained, and that all the populations in that area and the children drink water with a high content of arsenic and lead. No profit is justified like the one they are having, which is illegal because it is extracted illegally with death and desolation, the deforestation of the entire area. armed groups, all kinds of illegal operations for the purpose of profiting have no justification. So my little virgin, I pray every day for those children because I felt powerless, because anyone like me, as a doctor and another doctor who is my friend who studied in the United States, Claudia, I already explained to her because Claudia is an oncologist and there are a lot of jails. Of course, it has to do with the arsenic they consume and all those heavy metals. Imagine the incidence of jails in that area. Please, President, say something about the Espriella. Send the army over there. Eliminate all those mines. I know there are many economic interests and people who always try to buy others, but it cannot be done when life is at high risk, when the sustainability of a territory like Chocó is destroyed. I truly ask God, and I ask you with great respect, to take care of this problem. Please put an end to so many innocent deaths, especially of children in that area. Well, from Spain, rowing, my utmost respect, and I ask God to help you solve this great problem. Greetings, and here you have a friend and servant from Colombia.